Hi Taurus, welcome to your August 2017 love reading. It's Rena here. So, shuffling the cards. Okay. Well, the first thing I want to tell you about that Page of Wands in the upper right-hand corner. As I was cutting this deck, putting it into little piles, that card spun around, and I spun it back. Because if I and I didn't know if it would be upside down. You know, the back was facing me, so I had no idea what was what. But I assumed that I was turning it upright, that it had spun around. Now, interestingly, that card was the Page of Wands, which has to do with messages. And we are having a Mercury retrograde. So that card in the retrograde, upside down, might have kind of come into play there. And really what's happening in August is the Mercury retrograde begins on the 12th of August in Virgo. Virgo is your 5th house of romance, okay? So that's where Mercury is retrograding. So let me just say right off the bat, looking at that scenario that just happened, is that you're going to have Mercury retrograding in the 5th house, so look for someone that you may be dating. Maybe you're even in love with this person, but there's some kind of communication breakdown, or you lose contact for some reason, and that being significant. Mercury goes direct in September, on September 5th, but for most of the month, it will be retrograding in your 5th house, and then eventually going into your 4th house, which is home and family. So the centerpiece, or the focal point of this reading, this love reading, is the Chariot card. So you may get the girl or get the guy. This is a card of victory. But you do so only if you do not pay attention to any distractions around you. And that could include people, by the way. You may have people who are in your face, who are trying to do something to keep you from maybe another person. I'm looking at this past position. We have the 9 of Wands. It's like you constructing or erecting this barrier, this wall between you and somebody else, so that they can't get inside. So it might even be getting inside of your head, or getting inside of your sense of enthusiasm, like somebody trying to throw water on your fire. The wands relate to fire. Why would they be doing that? And who are these people? I don't know. I feel like anyone can be the culprit in this type of situation. It could be family members. It could be friends who are, maybe they are not dating and they see you're in a relationship with someone. The person you could be with could be a fire sign. We have 3 wands here. So it could be a Leo, Aries, or Sagittarius. My bet would go with the Leo out of all 3 of those. And so what may happen is, it's possible that this is somebody that you have dated in the past. Maybe that's the retrograde situation. So maybe You start up again with somebody that you were dating in the past, and you hear from them again. Sometimes Mercury retrograde brings people communications from past relationships. In this case, it would be past lovers. And you may even start a relationship. The page can indicate the beginning of a very passionate affair, or, you know, a relationship that is feisty in some way, sizzling. The higher message, which is like a spiritual take on the situation, is represented by the Eight of Wands. This person may just come in right away. I could see an Aries person doing that because they tend to be so spontaneous and impatient that they just like, okay, let's get back together and let's just put water under the bridge and let's just move in together, you know. Watch out for that. This is a spiritual message. Watch out for someone who may have disappeared on you and now all of a sudden is back and they're just like making all these plans. It's like, what? That, you know, these things happen. I'm not saying this is your particular situation, but if you get anything where the other person is just like all of a sudden hot and heavy and you hadn't heard from them in months, you have to ask yourself what is going on. What, you know, why are they doing this? That is not behavior that I think most of you would engage in, and I don't consider that to be normal behavior. I would be very suspicious if somebody wasn't in my life and then all of a sudden they were just calling me all the time and giving me all this attention. But I tried to get a hold of them a few months ago and it was like they fell off the face of the earth. You know, these are things that some people just kind of gloss over, but they're very glaring inconsistencies in somebody's nature, their behavior. Doesn't make sense. But this could simply be that you pick up where you left off. It's like, and that person may have had to travel for work. Maybe they were in the military. Like I'm seeing that Nine of Wands, I think, as somebody who was a soldier. Maybe that's what that meant. That they were off at war or off being stationed somewhere on assignment, so to speak, or, you know, contractual work in another country. By the way, the Chariot card connects to Cancer. So, two things about that card connected to Cancer, Taurus. This could either be that the person happens to be under that sign, or that there is some kind of a connection with the timing. So I'm filming this when the sun is in Cancer. And you may be watching this while the sun is in Cancer. And so that might be something that is happening for you at this moment. Some of these readings may be more indicative of the past if you're watching in August, you know, because I'm actually doing the reading in July. So it may be kind of like more for this month than next month. Let's look at the challenge position. We have the High Priestess. This could be about secrets. Something that is not being revealed. And that's what I was talking about if you're dealing with somebody from the past and there's like these unanswered questions. You may be tempted to get back in a relationship with somebody, but you're still like, you have these nagging doubts about where they were, what they were doing, why did the communication break off in the first place. You might have tried to get a hold of them and couldn't do so. And they may come up with some great story on why that was the case. But it's wise not to believe everything that you're told if somebody appeared to be evasive in the past. It doesn't make sense to just trust somebody if they have not been open with you if they just disappeared, for instance. That's not trustworthy behavior. And some people will accept it. I won't accept it because I know that that's disrespectful. Even if somebody has a hard time leaving a relationship, they owe it to that person to at least let them off the hook and let them know that they're not interested in continuing the relationship. Just disappearing into thin air, I don't think so. And you may find something out, or you may be like, you know, feeling this sense of belief that there's something missing here. And that may be why it's in the reverse position. So consider that. Consider how that makes you feel when you feel like there's something missing from the story. What is coming in, or this is advice, I think it could be either one, talking about moving away from that which, to choosing peace, let's put it that way, but it can be a card of actual physical relocation. Now, for some of you, this may just happen to dovetail with your work or something, but you may be happy to leave, because if you're dealing with somebody from the past, you may feel this sense of like you can't trust them. By the way, this may not all be from people that are from your past. You just may meet somebody, especially like a Cancer person, and feel this sense of affinity and really hit it off. And then the spiritual message could be that you have to make snap decisions. Maybe you get a job offer and you have to decide what to do. And if you have a new relationship, you may be thinking to yourself, why does this always happen? Here it is, I'm looking for a job, and it just so happens to be when I meet the person of my dreams. And that may just make you want to tear out your hair. Well, the outcome is a card of rest and rejuvenation, the Four of Swords. So, whether or not you move somewhere far away, or whether or not you just choose to be by yourself, this is definitely a card of taking time within, and you may need that because there may be a lot of variables happening for you that relate to your career as well as your love life, and you don't want to neglect one area for the other. I think that's one of the things that I'd like to convey to you, but it looks very eventful and it looks very promising in many ways, Taurus. So I hope you enjoyed this, and if you'd like a private reading, please click on the link below. Otherwise, have an awesome August. Bye.